There once lived a wise but troubled king, ruling a wide and prosperous kingdom from his castle on a high hill of white stone. He had 12 daughters, each lovely and kind in her own way, from the steady eldest to the bright and curious youngest. Every single morning, the king found their dancing shoes worn completely through, though the room had stayed locked all night. So the king made a promise to his people. Whoever could solve the mystery would marry a princess, but failure would cost them their life. Prince after prince tried and failed. Each night they drank the wine offered to them, fell asleep, and never saw what happened. Far away, a soldier named Finn had just left his years of service, walking the open road in search of a new fortune. Along the way, an old woman stopped him and asked where he was headed. Finn told her about the king and his daughters. She handed him a strange shimmering cloak. "Wear this," she said, "and never drink the wine they offer you." When Finn reached the castle gates, the guards laughed. A common soldier had no business trying where princes had failed. Still, the king agreed to let him try. "3 nights," he said. "Succeed, and you shall have your reward." The princesses greeted him kindly, welcoming him to their home as they had welcomed every prince before him. That evening, Finn sat quietly in his room, listening to soft whispers and laughter coming through the wall beside him. When the princesses brought him wine, he pretended to drink, letting it slip secretly into his sleeve instead. He lay back on his bed, closed his eyes, and breathed slowly, letting them believe he had fallen fast asleep. Once the room fell silent, he rose, wrapped himself in the invisible cloak, and followed as a hidden staircase opened beneath the floor. Down below, a forest of silver trees shimmered like liquid moonlight, and the princesses gasped at its familiar beauty. Finn broke off a small branch to prove what he had seen, and the sudden crack made one sister turn sharply around. They walked on into a second grove, one of pure gold, its warm branches shining like captured sunlight. Again Finn took a piece for himself, tucking the golden branch carefully beneath his cloak. A third forest appeared ahead, gleaming with diamonds so bright the princesses had to shield their eyes. He snapped off a diamond twig, and this time the sharp crackle startled several of the sisters at once. Beyond the trees lay an underground lake, glowing with floating lanterns, where 12 princes waited in 12 small boats. Finn slipped quietly into the eldest sister's boat, and the prince rowing it frowned, saying the boat felt heavier tonight. On the far shore stood a magnificent palace of silver, gold, and crystal, glowing like 1,000 captured stars. Inside, the princesses danced through the night with their princes, their shoes slowly wearing thin beneath them. Finn took one more piece of proof, lifting a golden goblet quietly from the feast table. Just before sunrise, the music stopped, and the tired princesses hurried back across the lake toward home. Finn raced ahead and lay down just in time, and the eldest sister peeked in to find him fast asleep. The next morning, Finn stood before the king and laid out everything he had gathered as proof of what he had seen. The eldest princess stepped forward and admitted the truth at last, that an old curse had bound them to dance every single night. The moment their secret was spoken aloud, the enchantment broke, and the entire underground palace faded away into mist. The king placed a grateful hand on Finn's shoulder, thanking him for freeing his daughters from their nightly burden. Then Finn turned to the eldest princess and asked for her hand, and she accepted with a warm and honest smile. Soon after, the two were married in the castle courtyard, surrounded by flowers, family, and joyful celebration. And from that day on, the castle halls never again echoed with the sound of ruined dancing shoes.